So what is in your breach plan? Well, it's important that you establish procedures for identifying the breach. So you need to know, if there's unusual traffic, and this is more for your IT person to say, wait a second, is there unusual traffic on our network? Are there multiple logins trying to happen and failures to log in? That's somebody maybe trying to do a brute force attack on your system. So you need to have sort of a step. Here's how we're going to identify, this is what we're looking for. You need to outline steps for reporting that breach. A breach, you don't want to just go out and say, okay, we had a breach, we were hacked, we had 250 patients, this information, we need to contact these patients. You want to make sure you have a very consistent plan on how you're going to contact them. At this point, it's really a good idea to contact your legal counsel to make sure that they understand what has happened, and then they can inform you on what you need to, best to notify your patients, how those letters need to be worded, if you're going to be sending letters, if you're going to be sending emails, depending on the state and what your notice of privacy practices states, you may need to send this by first-class mail. So it's understanding all those steps on how you're going to report that breach. And then you also have to understand, as you said, the notification requirements. So we call it the rule of 500. If it's under 500, you hold that till the end of the calendar year, and then you have to report that to HHS at that time. If it's 500 and above, you have to notify HHS at the time within 60 days of knowing that this happened. And there are notification requirements that vary state to state. California is a state, if you have over 500 people that are breached, you have to send that notice of the breach to the state attorney general for them to review. So there are some states require the notification to be in writing. Some are okay with electronic. Some of the legal counsel that we've spoken with says if you're very clear about stating, then you need to make sure you pass this by your legal counsel, is if you're a state that requires a letter notification, you might be able to do it by, if you have the patient sign off on it, to do an email notification instead of having to send a letter. Because letters, if you have a lot of people that you need to notify, can get very expensive very quickly.